How's it going, guys? It is Goalazio here. Welcome back to the next installment of the best series. Guys, if you haven't caught the series yet, this is where I actually look into the best players in every single position in FIFA 19 career mode. So I go from the goalkeeper all the way up to the forwards. At the moment, we are currently in the best centre-back position, part 2. Of course, you need the ultimate pairing. Obviously, when I pick these players, it's because they work brilliant as a pair, not necessarily because they're an outstanding individual centre-back. Because I've had players who are some of the best defenders in the world, but you put them in a certain pair, and they just don't work. Guys, before I announce who it actually is, make sure you do hit that like button. Of course, don't forget to subscribe, because it really means a lot. And of course, we are closing down 1,500 subs already. We only reached it last Friday, which is just incredible. So thank you very much for your support there. But anyway, without further ado, guys, let's get on into the video. Just before I announce our player, please comment below your best centre-back pairing that you signed in career mode, because your opinion, of course, is going to be different to mine, but this is one of the best centre-backs I've ever signed. This is Dale Fry, who actually plays for Middlesbrough. Of course, he is a centre-back. He does start off at 71 rating, which in all fairness is a very good starter rating, especially in the Championship. So if you are going Middlesbrough or you are a Championship side, you have got yourself a cracking player in your team. Guys, he is valued at around £3.5 million. If I was you, try a little lower, because I did end up signing him for £2.8 million. You can check that out in the Blackburn Rovers career mode. And of course, you are getting yourself a very good player for that. As I just mentioned, he is 71 rated to start with, but does have a potential of 85, which let's be honest, guys, if you are aiming for Champions League football and you don't want to spend a lot, he is an absolute perfect player for that. Because in his second season, you'll be able to see on screen right now, he's actually growing to 74 rated. I don't know what he got up to in his first season. I haven't applied any training to him, so it's entirely up to you how this goes. So, if you apply training to him, let's take that in consideration, and of course you're playing him, week out in his first season, there is no doubt that this guy will easily be around 76, 77 at the end of that first season. Of course, if you apply those training mechanisms and apply him every single game. I actually only ended up signing him halfway through Season 2, and he didn't really play at Middlesbrough because he isn't a starting 11 player, so take that in consideration there. Get him in as early as you possibly can, but if you don't, it doesn't really matter because it isn't going to affect his price tag. Let's get into the meat of this. Let's get into the main thing. How does he play in-game? Of course, he's a very tall structure. He's actually really confident on the ball, which I find absolutely brilliant, because one of the biggest things I've noticed is that he has a very good control, so he can bring the ball down, pass the ball out if you want. He doesn't necessarily move as a centre-back, he's just kind of there solid. But one thing I have noticed, he does like to use the cover tactic. So what I've noticed that Apaju, who's my other centre-back at the moment in my Blackburn Rovers career mode, he tends to sweep around behind Apaju when Apaju's pushing forward. This works in several different ways, more positives than negatives. The positive is that there's always someone behind us, so if Apaju mucks up, he's there, covered, in position, he wins it. And also, he's a very tall structure, so he's winning that header. But the negative to this sometimes is that they can be caught out of position if it goes wrong. For example, I had Lennon in the team recently playing with Fry. Fry did his usual covering, but Lennon happened to play a misplaced pass as he was pushing forward and caused a gap between the right back and the one centre back. It didn't help that my right back was out of position. However, that gap was still there. Maybe if he didn't cover, it wouldn't be there. But that very rarely happens. And without a doubt, this guy in-game, let me explain a bit more for you. He's winning every single header. Slide tackling, he is there. Mostly, he wins the ball in the air. He brings the ball down to control. Very rarely, you need to play a slide tackling, in all fairness. And like I mentioned just a few moments ago, he's very good on the ball, because he does have 71 composure, which, to be honest, is really decent for a centre-back. You don't expect it to go much higher. Possibly 80 is kind of your max. But the guy's very confident, and One thing I've noticed is that if a player has good composure, their first touch isn't that bad. They can tend to control it a lot better. If you are trying to pass the ball more and you've got pressure on you, they tend to do that a lot more. But Fry is possibly one of the better hidden gems that you will actually sign in career mode, in all fairness, because he is going to cost you around 3 mil or so, like I mentioned at the start. But without a doubt, easily a very strong centre-back. And when you actually pair him with Delit, who is an established, strong, another tall centre-back with a little bit of pace, they work absolutely brilliant as a partnership. So guys, make sure you do check out Fry, and of course, let me know in that comment section below right now who your ultimate centre-back pairing is, or even just a brilliant centre-back. Please comment below. It'll be interesting to see your thoughts, because of course they're going to be different to mine. But anyway, guys, I want to say thanks for watching. Of course, if you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe, hit that big red button, because it means a lot. And of course, support the channel, guys. Hit those thumbs up, because they mean a lot. They really do support me and brilliantly, because it shares it with more people as well as you guys. So thank you very much for that amazing support, and the comments been absolutely brilliant lately. I've been reading more, I've been replying. Thank you very much there. But anyway, guys, my name is Goalazio, and guess what? I'll see you when I see you. Bye bye, guys.